every player has bad habits that lose them rounds and gets them killed. But either they don't know what those habits are or how to fix them. So in this video, I'm going to give you the 5 habits that you likely have that are losing you games and how to break those habits. Everything including how to peek and at what speed, ways to actually counter what the other team is doing, and how to win so many clutches you'll forget what it's like to lose. If you enjoy this video, leave a like and let's get started. The first habit that is destroying your rank is solo queuing. Look, I know it can be hard to find good players to play with, or maybe your IRL friends are just not cutting it and you don't want to ditch them. But I promise you, if you start 5-stacking, even duo queuing with some decent players, your rank is going to skyrocket. Maybe you're playing a ranked game, and during that ranked game, your teammates are giving great calls.
Damn. Helen Keller POV.
Ooh!
Hell yeah.
Maybe they frag out.
Nice.
Oh my god.
They're just not toxic and they seem like a good group of people to play with. Add them as a friend. They might not accept it, but the ones that do, you can start to consistently play with and win more ranked games. How many times have you lost a round when you had an advantage? All because you or your teammates just started over peaking and dying, throwing what should have been a guaranteed win. To fix this, it's very simple. If you have an advantage, play safe. If you have a disadvantage, then play aggressive. But that does not answer the question, when do you have an advantage and when do you have a disadvantage? An advantage could be the general position that you have against the enemy. Skybridge here is a place where they can push. They can also push through the breach, and if it's closed, then you have an advantage. If they have not gotten Skybridge control, then you have an advantage because it's fairly easy to hold them back. If you have top red control, then you have an advantage. And if you have top green control, you also have an advantage. So just understanding where the enemies are going to be coming from and what map control they need allows you to know if you have an advantage or a disadvantage when it comes to positioning. Then attack is just the exact opposite. If you are where Nomad here is, then you need to gain this map control or you have a disadvantage while you're over here. Now, once you have this map control, if you can get it, then you have an advantage. The other way to get an advantage is man count. If you have more players alive than the other team, let's say there are 3 Nomads here and only 1 of me, obviously I have a disadvantage. But if there are 3 of me and only 1 of Nomad, then I have an advantage. If you have an advantage, play safe. Stop peeking. Now, if you do have a disadvantage, that's when you need to play aggressive. If there are 3 Nomads, I need to find a way to actually pick them off. I need to peek them first, because if I just sit in a corner somewhere and wait for them to peek me, they can peek me from this angle, they can peek me from my right, they can peek me from everywhere. Now, what about an even man count? The defenders always have an advantage. So if you are on attack and you have an even man count, play aggressive. The other deciding factor is time. The lower the time gets, the more of an advantage the defenders have, because the attackers have to plant the bomb. If the time runs out, the defenders win. So if the attackers can get in sight and get the bomb down, the second the bomb goes down, the attackers have an advantage, and the time advantage completely flips. The closer the diffuser gets to defusing the bombs, the more of an advantage the attackers have. So the lower the time is, the more aggressive you should play, and it just scales like that for basically every advantage. The more of an advantage the other team has, the more aggressive you should play. The more of an advantage your team has, the more safe you should play. The next habit that you need to break to rank up is not peeking fast enough or safe enough. Peeking fast is different than over peeking. Over peeking is, like we explained before, peeking when you have an advantage, but peeking fast is different. If I am peeking here, I cannot see him at all, but he can see the top of my head. That means if I am alt walk peeking, for example, he's going to see the top of my head before I can see him. It's a small advantage, but it does make a difference. But if instead of slow peeking, maybe you try to sprint up to the angle and ADS like this, so that way you ADS right as you round the corner, but you were moving slightly faster because you weren't ADS'd when you actually swing the angle. Now, you don't just want to always wide swing. That's where peeking safely plays a role. There are a few ways that you can peek safe. One is the quick peek that you see everybody do, right? They quick peek for information. It's very hard for Goomba here to hit me. The other option is something like gun peeking. So if I peek out just my gun, he can see my gun come out. If he shoots at me, then it throws off his crosshair placement. He shoots a little bit on my gun, then I peek at a different angle, maybe crouched, pre-fire him and catch him off guard. The next habit is not adjusting to what the enemy team is doing. For example, let's say we're playing up here and they keep just destroying us on this bomb site. Don't just keep going the same bomb site, setting up the same way and holding the same positions. If you are holding here and you die, especially without getting any kills, don't then go play there again. Find somewhere else to hold that might be more effective. For example, Bitch Corner over here. This holds a similar area to that, but is much safer and also allows you to hold down this area here. Now, if you don't think that you can adapt to them, maybe instead you just go a different site. Just maybe switch to Kitchen. Then maybe their attack is much weaker on Kitchen and you can actually get a round in. You can also ban operators that will affect their push. If they are always running Nomad, and they are always flashing you, hitting you with Nomad, you're somewhere else and you have no idea what's going on and it's ruining your game, maybe you ban Nomad. Don't just ban the operator that's in the final kill cam, because that's not the operator usually that actually affected the round. Find an operator that took a gap using their ability and ban them. Or maybe they're always killing your roamers up here. They're always pushing them and taking them out. Ban someone who helps clear roamers like Deimos or whoever they're using to help with that. You can also counter their specific takes. For example, if they're always pushing CCTV, then maybe run in a zombie or a legion to help hold CCTV. If I place Kiba barriers here, all of a sudden I have this locked down and I can help hold CCTV. Just play wherever they are attacking from to make it harder for them to take that map control. If you're on attack, do the same thing. If you notice that a zombie is here just locking down CCTV, or maybe there's 4 players in CCTV, how about don't push it? Instead, try pushing office side. You can see all of this with your drones on attack. So if you're not doing it, honestly, you're just bad. Now, the last habit that you need to break is panicking in clutches. Most players enter clutch situations with absolutely no plan. This is an interesting plan. So here is a checklist to follow in clutches that will help you win more often. The first step is find a fight to isolate. So let's say, for example, there is a player in office, there is a player in the back of this site, and there's a player outside here on AC window. You are in a 1v3. Who should you isolate first? Well, the guy in office has potential if he swings this angle, because this guy is hiding back here. Or you can also peek this guy here, since this guy in office probably won't be able to see you unless he has some head holes here. Do not peek this guy here, because you'll have to cross all the way over here and potentially expose yourselves to these bad angles. Also, there are usually prone or head holes here, which will allow these guys to potentially see you. So leave this guy alone and then pick which one of these guys you want to fight first. So based on that, first, kill this guy here. If you can do that, congratulations. You have step 1 complete. You isolated a fight and won. Next, take the space that just opened up. Now, you can stand anywhere in this area and pretty much be safe. The one person you have to worry about now is this guy over here. This guy is still outside on the window, and realistically, he can't really peek you. So now, again, you just want to isolate another fight. So see if you can kill this guy over here. If he's not peeking you, maybe you pop this and then take the fight on AC, but the important part is that you isolate the gunfight. There should never be a situation where 2 enemies can see you at the same time. So let's say you kill this guy on AC. You're down to a 1v1. Your goal is now to take a room next to where he is. You don't want this entire room of gap in between you. If you know he's in office, try and get into back archives here. Or maybe even come inside here and jump on top of this desk, and now you have control of archives where the bomb is most likely planted over here. You just want to pressure him. You want to get up close, because like we talked about earlier in the video, you currently have a disadvantage. They have the bomb planted, so you need to play aggressive. Force him to take a gunfight. If this wall is open, maybe try swinging over here. If this wall is soft, maybe pre-fire through here a little bit, double back, peek him. Just do not let him feel like he's safe, not even for a second. Make him panic. If you can isolate fights and make the other team panic, you are guaranteed to win the round as long as you hit your shots. Which, if you can't hit your shots, then check out this video on the 5 aim tips that you need to know in Siege to win more gunfights and win more games.